Many Californians are speaking out after Governor Gavin Newsom imposed new lockdown orders, which are set to remain in effect through December 21st. I spoke with San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer about Newsom's lockdowns and his potential run for governor in 2022. Take a look. You pointed out how Newsom broke his own coronavirus rules by attending a luxurious party at one of California's fanciest restaurants. What's your reaction to these new lockdown orders?
Well, they're really a hollow executive order imposing a curfew. We spent so much time talking about science, and yet there's absolutely no science that says a curfew is going to help stop the spread of coronavirus. It's just another example of a set of rules that aren't making much sense. And Californians are hurting. And when we see the hypocrisy, when we see a set of rules that everybody's expected to follow, but yet the governor doesn't follow himself, that's where you're seeing the frustration. That's where you're seeing the anger, and particularly with our small businesses. Again, we seem to get new rules seemingly every week in California, and so many of our small businesses have been opened and closed, opened and closed. This whipsaw effect is really hurting folks.
And it's important to note that at that birthday party, there were two top officials of the California Medical Association that attended, and it's the same association who's urging Californians to wear a mask and stay at home. Again, another message that the governor has been touting himself, but it doesn't seem like it applies to him. But I'd like to ask you, there were quite a number of House seats that flipped from blue to red this election cycle, and some of those in California. What do you make about this sort of shift, especially in the Golden State?
Well, look, I thought that was very positive news. And as you look at how hard we've been working in California and how far this pendulum has swung to the left, that does not represent the views of ordinary Californians. And so I think the change that we've seen in these congressional districts, extremely powerful. And it goes to what I firmly believe. Californians want solutions. It's not about virtue signaling. It's not about rhetoric. It's about how are we going to actually make things better? That's the approach certainly that I've taken as 2 terms as mayor in San Diego. This state needs new leadership. One-party rule has not been working for California. And I think what you're seeing now is GOP, our California really being competitive. And I think that's a good sign for the future.
And your name has been thrown out there as someone who may run for governor in 2022, and you've even hinted at that possibility. Can you give us any insight into that?
Well, I'm absolutely strongly considering it. Again, because we need new leadership and because of what is not happening. It's not just some of the issues we've talked about with the pandemic. We look at what's not happening in our schools. And in essence, we have a 2-tier system now in California that's not working during this shutdown. We look at the explosion of homelessness throughout California. San Diego is the only area where homelessness has went down over the last 2 years. I'm proud of that. And so I think we have real world solutions. It's important that we have leaders that understand that the Californians are living paycheck to paycheck, and it's time that we have somebody that stands up for them and stands up for their ability to make a living.
And as you just pointed out right there, we know there's been a lot of focus on this pandemic and the lockdowns, but there are other issues plaguing California, the most notable being the homelessness crisis and the high taxes. Now, you touted your own handling here in San Diego, but how are you assessing Newsom's handling of these particular issues?
It's failing, and it's failing throughout California. You can drive through any major city and unfortunately see for yourself with your own eyes. I don't allow tenant cabinets on the sidewalks in San Diego. We've made a lot of positive strides. We still have a lot of work to do. But allowing somebody to sleep on the sidewalk is condemning somebody to die on the sidewalk. We're better than that. We have to have their convictions. We have to be compassionate. And we have to ensure that we're getting results. That's what I've really tried to focus on. It's about leadership. And when you put that forward, you're not afraid to take strong and bold positions. I think that's how you can turn around major American cities like San Diego and certainly statewide.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.